If you haven't seen Vanderbilt yet this season, they've had to deal with a plethora of pitching injuries. They're missing 5 guys.
He is not afraid to make hard decisions, and this was definitely a hard one today with Brown.
He got off to a great start as a volunteer as he draws a 4-pitch walk, but just 2 for 10 this weekend against Vanderbilt pitching. And down he goes, 2 down. Yesterday, and he ended up providing the game winner with the suicide squeeze. In opposite way against the Ship, that'll be a base hit against anybody. 2 on in the first, and it's ripped to the right side and through. Brown around third to score. Grimmer heads to third, and it's an RBI single for Reese Chapman to give Tennessee its first lead this series. Let's jump in the minivan and get some hacks in. Marin goes down swinging. 2 Ks in the opening for Kranzler.
That he gets before he even gets into his glove.
Into right center field. Wind is blowing out all the way to the wall, and it's gone! Brody Johnson with his 8th home run of the season. It catches the jet stream, and Vandy has tied it in the bottom of the first. Different flight patterns today.
I mean, that ball yesterday would have been caught running in. That ball is just clipped, but it's backspun into the jet stream. And we talked about, you've been doing a really good job, Tommy, of telling us how much the wind affects the ball when it's blowing in. But that ball probably went 30 feet farther.
Blowing in at 15 and gusting to 26. And this ball's laced towards the left field wall, and it goes high off of it. Bishop's got to get turned around, Brown, before bringing the ball back in. And Braden Holcomb has another double. And Blanco misses low and away. 2-out walk, 3 2-out base runners for Vandy. 23rd pitch of the inning. And it's driven high to left field. Blaine Brown will watch it sail. That one's way gone. 3-run home run, Rustin Rigdon. Third home run of the season for the man they call Rooster. Vandy had 1 big inning yesterday with a 5-run 4th, and now a 4-run opening frame.
Fastball up, trying to go in, and that is up and middle. And on a day like today, a hitter can go into a slow stroll once you impact it with some backspin.
And a swing and a miss to close the frame. There are a lot of positives to take from it. Now, they didn't have to worry about spinning it because they got the win. And a high throw, and the tag didn't get him.
So far, he has been unable to do it.
And Wright gets hit by a pitch again.
It's unbelievable. And so he just finds himself right there in that matrix.
And he swings at this one and drives it to left field. Mancini to the wall, and it's gone! Opposite field home run for Blaine Brown. And one swing is going to change how he feels about this entire weekend.
Be ready to swing at strikes. And there's a smile. Look at that smile on Blaine Brown's face. It was a long wait between yesterday's 16th inning and this swing right here. But be ready to hit a fastball. Again, Tommy, it doesn't have to be right down the middle, waist high. That ball's
muscled to right center. Ford comes up with the knock. Ford is the runner at first and got him. Wade's having a monster series. Hit his 4th home run of the season. And he goes down swinging here. Why not? It's actually 18.8, but okay. We're not going to quibble. Grimmer with the toss, and Blanco just beats the base runner, Mancini.
Of course, since then they've been regulars.
Looped into right field, and that one gets down for a hit. Scooped up by Johnstone. And Reese Chapman has a couple of hits early and 2 trips to the plate for guys to change their stripes. And it results in a hit on the 2nd pitch of the at-bat. Chapman will be stopped at 3rd. Here's Tyler Myatt. Big opportunity for Tennessee with the bases loaded and nobody out. Ridden into center field. Rigdon started in, now shifts over. Looking to tag is Chapman. Catch made and the throw comes into third, and Tennessee reclaims the lead on a sac fly from Tyler Myatt. He was the one that reached on that error. 2 outs in the second, and he sends a shot into center field. Manny Marin hits the bag hard and comes home, and Tennessee plates another on an RBI single from Levi Clark.
Head now.
To short, Riker Wade's got it, and they get a double play. 30th double play turn by Vanderbilt, top 10 in the country.
By Hunter High.
Popped up by Colin Barcy. Oh my goodness. Henry Ford misplays that one. Barcy ends up standing at second. Holcomb sends another one to Ford, backs up on it. Got to hurry, and Holcomb safe. Poked up the middle, a base hit for Johnstone. That will bring home Barcy. And Logan Johnstone's got another RBI this weekend.
Well, you got a feel for Evan Blanco in this inning. So far, he's given up a pop-up, a ground ball to third, and a check swing.
Their home regional. He went in with a #1 national seed. Runners on the move and a chopper to short. Marin looks at third. Now he stumbles, and everybody's safe. And he pulls it through the hole on the left side. Holcomb has scored. Johnstone's being waved home. The throw from Brown is way up the line, and it gets by the catcher. Blanco there to back it up, but it ends up an extra 90 feet for Rustin Rigdon. Aggressive mindset for Vanderbilt all the way around. Should be an error on Brown to allow Rigdon the extra 90 feet, and now Riker Wade puts it on the ground.
Nice play.
Able to advance Maldonado, and they run a squeeze again, scoring Rigdon. And that one finds a hole. Corbin Reynolds with the knock. Round third is Maldonado. Now 9-6 Vandy.
There's just no excuse for a couple of things that have happened.
And Mancini sends it to center field. Garrett Wright drifting back, and the park holds it. But an impactful third inning for Vanderbilt to already win the series. And that beats the shift. He'll get all the way down in the corner. And Blaine Brown, who came into this game 0 for 10 on the weekend, moves up in the order. He has delivered. He has reached base all 3 times he's come to the plate. Swing and a miss. Sent into right field. Drops in front of Johnstone. Brown anchored at third. Reese Chapman has a couple of hits. And he slices this one into the left field corner. Down in front of Mancini. Brown will jog home. And the football scores continue. And Tennessee is 6 for 9. Manny Marin wears it. The base is loaded. Poke the opposite way. That'll get at least one home. Here comes the second in Reese Chapman. And no throw to third. Pinch hit, 2-run single for Trent Grinlinger, and Tennessee has tied this game at 9. Penciled in as the starting catcher this year, so it's the freshman behind the plate. That was close, but it's ball 4. Tennessee has loaded the bases again.
Look like.
Swing and a miss on the slider. Second strikeout for Jacob Faulkner. Got a freshman behind the plate. Throws him right down the middle. And Tennessee leaves the bases loaded in a 9-all game.
He's parlayed that into doing something very few people have ever done.
And bounced up the middle. Smothered by Marin and can't get it out. Everybody's safe.
Which is a huge part of being a head coach in today's world.
Chance for 2 for Tennessee. Marin to Myatt, and he took his time.
Opportunity to keep this thing going.
Here's Myatt. And that's a run-scoring ground out for Logan Johnstone as Barzy scored. Yeah, from a resource standpoint,
it's fresh in the mind of all portal players. So there's a lot of advantages still to Tennessee baseball.
That'll be handled by Grimmer. We've got a 10-9 Vandy game through 4. And Brown comes through with another knock. He is 3 for 3. You know, the very first cycle in Tennessee history came against Vanderbilt. 3-1 to Ford from Teague upstairs. There's ball 4, back-to-back walks, and the bases loaded for Tennessee. Ripped to the right side into the leather of Johnston.
One pitch in one spot.
Wind blowing out straightaway center. Ball 4, and he walks in a run. Third walk of the inning. To the right side, it gets through. Headed home is Ford. Grimmer following him, and this turns into another 2-run single for Trent Grinlinger. Did he go? They say he did.
It wasn't pretty.
Little tapper off the end of the bat. Schultz tracks it down, and that'll close the inning.
What an honor it is to get that position. A couple good changeups there by Nick Abraham.
And he said after that conversation about that same time, he took ownership of the shortstop position. Throw is true. It's only the second 1-2-3 frame we've seen this afternoon. Well, everybody in the SEC lost a good friend in Wes Rucker when the Tennessee beat writer was killed in a tragic automobile accident earlier this spring, and the Tennessee baseball program honored him, and son Hank got to throw out the first pitch alongside his mom Lauren. Here's Garrett Wright at the plate, and Wright puts a bunt down the third base line. Schultz has no throw.
Talent that exists in this conference, and because of that, it's hard.
Wait with the shuffle to second, and that will close Tennessee half of the 6th.
Got clipped in games that were very competitive. It wasn't like they didn't show up.
Get our guys to hold runners. Swing and a miss. Yeah,
and that's a hard way with run prevention.
Into left field, Holcomb's got another hit. It's his 3rd of the game. Comes with 2 outs. Popped him up. Wright coming in, Brown in front of him, and Blaine Brown handles it to close the frame.
Just past him.
And Schultz couldn't throw a strike after he showed bunt. Leadoff walk. A little half swing, and Maldonado will apply the tag for out number 2.
As they hoped yet at this point in the season.
Then Schultz gets him swinging to close the inning.
And trying to get to a full speed ahead.
Tim Corbin was talking earlier this game as Jensen strikes out. Vandy, he said, my development really took a jump in the summer. Happy I came early. Hot shot. Grimmer's got it. 1-2-3 frame.
Vanderbilt's recent propensity for drama. So they need a few more runs.
Pulled to third.
Oh, nice play.
Short hop forward.
Nice play.
1-2-3 frame.
Well, the offense has really started to take off. Everybody was worried about him with the pitching injuries as Ford goes down swinging. That's a good pitch. Woo, that was pretty. Cyber wanted that one. You'd say that ball's off the plate, and the umpire's response oftentimes was, it's a good pitch. And the hitter would say, well, nobody said it wasn't a good pitch. It just wasn't a strike.
A trip to A&M next weekend. They're 22 in the country. Then top 10 Oklahoma comes to town.
The ball just looks like it's going all over the place on him.
And a looping line drive into left field. Grimmer be waved home. The throw is cut off. It's an RBI single for Manny Marin.
Give it up for Blake Grimmer, dealing with a big-time bruised knee right there.
Off the mound, and it kicks into center field. Chapman will race home. The throw comes into third, and it gets misplayed. It went off the base runner.
2 bases.
And Tennessee getting some much-needed insurance to build the gap here in the 9th. 9-hole hitter Levi Clark skies it, won't leave the infield. This is Johnston. And that sends us to the bottom of the 9th. Beautiful afternoon and an offensive afternoon. Vandy hoping to keep the offense going, try to answer Tennessee's 3 spot in the 9th. We go to the home half, and a knock up the middle for Brody Johnson to get the wheels turning for Vandy. Longest outing of the game for the season for Abraham. Little chopper, chance for 2, awkward, and not in time. Absolutely.
I'm sure he would love to be able to finish it off, but definitely showing signs of running out of gas. I would think that's it. Be careful the change up here. There it was, but that was a sinker, but misses. Now you got your hands full. Fastball, curveball, cutter is what he likes to attack right-handers with.
Into left field. That one will get down for a hit. One run is home. Here comes the second. And Mac Wickham delivers a two-run pinch hit single. Vandy not going quietly. 4 home runs on the season for Waite, 2 of them in SEC play. And it gets hit. And Vandy's loaded the bases. Corbin Reynolds due, but they're going to send a pinch hitter up instead. This is Tommy Gooden. And Gooden has lightning in his barrel. And Jason Esposito going to use another offensive timeout to give a scouting report to Tommy Gooden. The scouting report certainly paid off earlier when Mac Wickham came through with a 2-run single after that timeout. Renzel struggled a few weeks ago at Georgia. 5 runs on 3 hits in 2/3 of an inning. Golfed into the left center field. This one carrying. They did it again. Walk-off grand slam. Tommy Gooden. 3 straight walk-offs for Vandy. It's a series sweep of the rival and a total Tennessee meltdown today.
I feel like I need a Dickie V. Are you serious? Are you serious, Tommy Hart? Not again. It happened again from the Vandy boys. All 3 wins, and Tommy Gooden now has 7 home runs on the season in under 50 at-bats. That is incredible.
Tim Corbin not happy that the celebration spilled over to the Tennessee dugout or near it, and he will direct his troops back behind him for the handshake line. It was a 5-run 9th inning lead that went by the wayside. This the final blow.
Tommy Gooden catches one out and over the plate, and we talked about it all day. If you can get it up and on the barrel, it's got a chance to go. And he knew it had a chance the second has left his bat. And by the time it got out there, it was a no-doubter. And the Vandy magic lives another day. 3 straight walk-offs as that ball bangs around the concourse. And they put up a 6 spot in the bottom of the 9th and break Tennessee's heart.
In the left field corner, they have Memorial Magic at the gym here at Vanderbilt, and now some Hawkins Hocus Pocus. 7 of the last 10 SEC home games have been Vanderbilt walk-off winners.
Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the college baseball content, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the action. Thank you.